Hello everybody. We are going to be live in just a second. I'm getting all my materials set up and I'm trying to make sure that the pattern for today is free on my website. So I'm working on that. I'll get that done in just a moment. Please let me know how the sound is. By the way, we're going for 100 likes today. If we can get this video to 100 likes by the end of the live stream, we're going to do a giveaway next live stream. So give this video a like down below. Today we're going to be making little miniature goblins. We're going to be talking about all the materials and stuff you need when we get started. But if you want to get the pattern, it should be linked at the top of the chat. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/goblin. Also, what else? Oh yes, I'm looking for vibes. If you have any vibes that you want to see in a little miniature goblin, let me know in the chat. We're going to try to keep track of these vibes so that we can do votes on them. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get that going somewhere. Music is a little loud. Thank you very much. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya, Kristen. But we'll be on in just a moment. I just need to get these last bits and bops set up. All right, let me go get my yarn and stuff too. Be on in just a second. Let's do it. All right. Y'all ready to rock and roll? That's the sound of a goblin. Hello, everybody. Hi. How are you? Hello, it's been a second. Hope you have been having a nice couple of weeks. Yeah. Hi. We're gonna be live streaming today. We're gonna be crocheting a bunch of goblins. Really, kind of like as many goblins as I can today. So hello to the chat. Hi, everybody in the chat. All right, so let's get through all the little caveats before we get started. The first thing is that if you want to get this pattern, it is available today. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/goblin. And I actually made it for free just during this live stream. So after this live stream, I'm not gonna have it be free anymore. So if you want to get it for free, go check it out. If you're watching, by the way, hi Instagram. Instagram is also live right now. If you're watching live on Instagram, we are also live on YouTube, and that's where we're going to be paying more attention to the chat, to be completely honest. We're going to be getting suggestions from the chat today for what kind of goblins we want to crochet, and we're going to try to make as many as we can. Okay, now, a few things to go over before we get started. Obviously, we've talked about where to get the pattern. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/goblin. Hopefully, it'll be easy to access. For some reason, the website was being a little funky with me, so hopefully that gets fixed as soon as possible. So just keep that in mind. Let me know in the chat. I don't think we have moderators today with me. If we do, moderators say hi. But I think they might be out on vacation or something. So no worries. We're going to do this. It's going to be totally fine. It's going to be totally fine. All right. So I love the caveman suggestion, Marisol. Good vibe suggestion. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be looking for vibes, and I'm going to be crocheting goblins based on our vibes live. We're going to be making it up as we go. Okay, so a few things to go over before we get going. You need the pattern up there. If you want to crochet along with the same materials as me, you can make these little goblins using kind of any materials you want. You can make them with big blanket yarn. In fact, here's one. Here's one that I have. I have this one I made with blanket yarn. I don't know where he is. There's a big one I have made with blanket yarn somewhere, but it's a mess in here right now. Everything outside of the camera is just chaos over here. Oh, Zoe is here. Hello, Zoe. Thank you for joining, Zoe. Zoe, if you could, if you're able to, if not, it's totally understandable, but if you're able to put all the vibes in that gnome document that we have, I have it currently open so I can see any additions, and if you could put them all at the bottom, it'd make it a lot easier for me, but if you can't, I totally understand. I'll do my best regardless. Mad Scientist, good vibe suggestion, Cassandra. Okay, so you're going to need some materials today if you want to crochet along with me. We are going to be using all worsted weight yarn and 100% cotton. I'm probably going to be using mostly our Club Crochet Amigurumi Cotton Green from our kits because it's my favorite kind of yarn to use for amigurumi, but it's also my favorite yarn to use for my little goblins personally. Although, again, you can make this with any kind of yarn you want. In fact, I think making it with really, really tiny yarn would be a lot of fun too. So those are just some options, but we're going to be using this. We'll also need some brown for the pants. We'll need honestly, just a little bit of our white yarn for the teeth and stuff. You don't need this much, not even nearly this much, but it's nice to have some. Then you'll also need some safety eyes. I'm going to be using 6mm safety eyes today for this live stream. You'll need a crochet hook. We're going to be using a size G 4mm. There you go, 4mm crochet hook. Best hook to use for worsted weight yarn. You're going to need a darning needle. I suggest using a crimped end like this. It just makes it easier to get in and out of hard to reach stitches. And then what else do you need? Scissors for cutting stuff. Oh, stuffing. And if you can, get some little mini magnets like this. It's really nice to add mini magnets into the base of these so that they're actually magnetic, which makes them perfect for hiding in wherever you want to hide these, because I like to hide these all over my neighborhood personally. Okay, so that's all the materials you need. You know how to get the pattern. Yeah, I think that's everything as far as like what you need to get going. Let's talk about everything if you want to support what's going on here and you like what's happening, how you can support. So the first way to support is just like down below. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places. That's the freest, cheapest way to follow along. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with live streams like this. We do live streams pretty much every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I did take a week off for because I was in San Francisco, but I'm back. So yeah, that's the free, cheapest way to support. You can also support by monetarily if you're interested. I would really appreciate it, but you absolutely do not need to support monetarily if you can't. But if you do want to, we have a whole bunch of perks for helping support monetarily. Probably the best way to support monetarily, both for me and you, is with a Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to an exclusive library of tutorials. Zoe, I love what you're doing on the Google Sheet right now. It's really fun. I see all the they're doing like all this formatting. It's really cool. Anyhow, what was I saying? I distracted myself. Oh yes, memberships. You get early access to future patterns. You get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. I have new patterns that I add pretty much every week. We have new patterns coming very, very soon. This is our newest new pattern for Club Crochet members. It is a little miniature goblin that's made in only 64 stitches, I think. We're gonna be making one in just a moment. As we get more vibes. I'm going to make a base one in just a moment. Other ways you can support, you can purchase kits and merch in the store. We have a whole bunch of different kinds of merch, including little dinosaur pins. We got a bunch of different kinds of pins. My favorite ones right now are dinosaurs, and we're actually running a little low on them. So if you want one, get them while you can. I think I'm going to be restocking, but, you know, with all the weird tariff stuff going on right now, it can be a little hard to restock. But I'm working on it. You can get kits in the store. We have a giant brand new kit called our Woolly Woods kit with all the materials you need to make all the patterns we've been making in our Woolly Woods season. That has been things like little tiny gnomes. We've been making Bigfoot, which is actually in the other room. We've been making pet rocks. We've been making... what else, chat? We've been making snails. Here's a little snail that we made. This is actually Curious Papaya's pattern. Oh, speaking of Curious Papaya, quick little aside. Curious Papaya just came out with a new book. It's really cool. And they sent me an early copy. So I just wanted to show us this off really quick during the stream. Amigurumi Critters by Amy Ting, aka Curious Papaya, friend of the channel, big friend of the channel. This book is really cool. And what's even cooler about it, check this out. I did a little thing in the back because Amy's amazing and they asked me to do a thing in the back and it was just so sweet. It meant a lot to me. But anyhow, check this book out. It is out now. It is from Amy, friend of the channel. Thank you, Amy. Okay, we'll talk more about that maybe later as well. Okay, any other ways you can support this channel? Oh yes, you can support with a tip. If you really like what's going on right now and you're watching on YouTube, you can support by super chatting. There's a little dollar icon in the corner of the chat. If you want to support monetarily there, we're gonna put a goblin out on screen so that you can and you can name it and all this other stuff. We're gonna put all of our goblins away right now though, so that the only ones we put out right now are gonna be the ones that are for support or the ones that we make today, so that we can really see how many goblins we make. And we're just gonna get rocking and rolling with our first goblin. Let's get our yarn. Let's open a brand new ball of yarn. Oh my gosh. Tammy thinks the music is too loud. You got it. I will turn that down slightly. There you go. Hope that's better. Thank you so much, Marisol, for having a membership. Hey, members, if you are a Club Crochet member and you are in the chat, say hi. That would be really cool. That means a lot to me. You have no idea. Like, seriously, you're keeping this channel alive. So thank you. I turned down the music. Let me know if it was turned down enough. I'll turn it down just a little bit more just to be safe, though. Okay. So we're going to be making some goblins. I'm going to start by just making a basic goblin as we get more suggestions in the chat. Although I am loving the suggestions so far. So far we've got mad scientist, caveman, car salesman, police. I am loving these vibe suggestions. This is a very good start. Jules wanted a goblin today that incorporated purple. She said either that can be a whole purple goblin or like a goblin with just a little bit of purple in it. She said, I don't care, just give me a goblin with some purple. And so I said, okay, well, that's what we're going to be making as we get suggestions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and 8. This pattern's so cool. Honestly, probably one of my favorite patterns that I've ever designed. Tina is coming out with the first super chat. Thank you so much for your support, Tina. Let's go ahead and add a new goblin in the background for you. Now, Tina has been supporting and adding little goblins to the background pretty much all season long. So let's go. I have a brand new one that I made yesterday that I think you're really going to like, Tina. So let me go ahead and get that on screen real quick. It's right over here. I think you're really going to like this one, Tina. So I made this one just the other day, and check out his little hat. I actually took it looked so messy, but I kind of like that it looks so messy. I took a little bottle cap, a Coke bottle cap. I drilled 2 holes in it, and then I like hammered it down so that it looked more like a little baseball cap. And I feel like he looks like a little trucker or something. I don't know. I'm really proud of it. Tina, if you would like to give this little trucker goblin a name, I'm all ears, so please let me know in the chat. But we're going to put this right back here for you, Tina. And if anybody else wants to add any other goblins to it, go for it. You know what? We're going to do I'm going to do another deal right now. If anybody has a membership, give a shout out in the chat right now and say, I'm a Club Crochet member, and I'll add a goblin to the background for you as well. So anybody that's a Club Crochet member and anybody that is can support today, just let me know in the chat and we'll add one to the background. I know Marisol, I think, said that they were a Club Crochet member, but give another shout out in the chat if you're a member and we'll add some more to the background for everybody. There we go, Marisol. Okay, so we got Marisol. Here's one for you, Marisol. Same yarn as the little beard on Tina's in the background. I used for this little hair on the top for yours. So there you go. You can go ahead and give this little fella a name. Try to remember the names because I will do a very bad job at remembering names. We got another member. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of members. Okay, let's count them up. Let's count them up here. We got Kristen. I'm just going to go in order really fast. We're going to grab... This is my goblin hive. That's what I've been calling this giant pine cone that I make with a bunch of goblins in it. So we're going to pull from that. Okay, so let me go in order here. We go Kristen. Here's yours. Very cute. We'll add that one to the background right there. We got, who's next? Kristen, we got Marisol, we got Johan. Look at this one. Isn't this cute with the little button? I really like this one. So this one's for you, Johan. We are going to be overwhelmed with goblins very soon. We got Joanna. Thank you so much for being a member. I think this one was actually for Tina once upon a time, but you know what? They're looking for a new supporter. No. Joanna, look at this little blank eye too. I feel like we should like scar it. Let's see if I can't like... No, I can't. Should have done it while it's wet. I love him. I love that one. That one's so cute. Okay. Let's go with... Who's next? We got That was Joanna. Then we've got Sunshine. Good old Sunshine. Thanks for being here, Sunshine. We're going to get this little fez goblin. I love the hair on this one a lot, actually. Hello, Perfect Crochet on Instagram. By the way, again, we are also live on Instagram if you want to say hi over there. Hello. We got... Oh my gosh, we're going to have to go really fast here. We're going to go with the base one here for Tammy. I hope that's okay with you, Tammy. But you know what? Look at how cute that little tooth is. It's just for you, Tammy. And also, this eye is like a little cloudy, which I actually kind of love about it. It's very subtle, but it almost looks like he got a replacement eye. That's really fun. It's very shiny, really, really shiny. That's interesting. Okay, so who was that? That was Tammy. We got Kathy. Thank you for your support, Kathy. We got this little cutie patootie with kind of like a comb over going on. His thing is falling apart, so I'll have to fix that later, but I really like his little buttons, so we're going to put him right there. We are going to be overrun, absolutely. Jazzy. Jazzy, here's another Coke bottle one. This one's just simply tied on. Hopefully it'll stay on. I think it's going to stay on just fine, though. We'll put him right there. That was for Jazzy. We got Zoe. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We'll get a beer cap one for Zoe. This one will be for Cassandra. This beautiful pink flowy hair. We'll put that one right there. Can you see that? Yeah, he's on the screen. Okay, hold on. We got Kathy. Thank you for being a member, Kathy. You get this naked crazy goblin for Kathy. That feels accurate, right, Kathy? Does that feel accurate for you? Are you kind of a kind of person that would be naked and have one eye that's gigantinormous? Maybe, I don't know, who knows. Sunshine, I got you, Sunshine. Sunshine, yours was what? This one is yours, Sunshine. The one with the fez. I made that one. I added up for you, Sunshine. Patricia, thank you so much, Patricia, for being a member. Here's this cute little fuzzy-haired one. Love that. Very simple, but honestly, gives a lot. There's a lot going on right there. So we'll go ahead. We'll add this one right here for you. And I think I missed. Oh yes, we want one for Zoe. Hold on, Zoe. Here, I have a bottle cap for a later one, a beer bottle cap. So we'll add that to one of them later. But for now, Zoe, you're gonna get my favorite little weirdo yet. My friend gave me this adorable little tutu outfit that just happened to fit perfectly on these little goblins. So you get this little goblin right here. And this one's gonna be you need a good name for this one. I feel like it's Princess or something like that. So she's gonna go right back here. Right there. Right next to me. Keep me company. Okay, let's get back to crocheting. We are making a purple goblin or not a purple goblin, but a goblin that incorporates the color purple for Juliana, my wife. There we go. It's interesting doing the Instagram at the same time as we do YouTube. I was just curious, and I was like, you know what? I got the setup anyhow. Why not? Hello, Nicole. How you doing? Right, Zoe? That's a perfect goblin. This is the perfect one. Okay, we got a bride and groom goblin suggestion. That's a good one, too. That's a double one, though. We got police, car salesman. I need more vibes. If you got any more suggestions for different kinds of goblins, we need as many as we can because these goblins are really fast to crochet, so I'm going to need a lot of them. A lot of suggestions. We're going to vote on our 4 favorite suggestions in the chat every time we make a new goblin. So I think we're just going to get rocking and rolling now, actually, with our first suggestion. You know what? Let me add our face of this one that I'm making really quick, and then we'll get the vote going. So that way we can have the vote completed by the time this goblin's done. So I could just keep on crocheting on. We're going to make as many of these little dudes as we can. Ooh, Zoe from Instagram, we have a suggestion. A welder goblin. I like that, from S. Dano. That's a good suggestion. A welder goblin. I just imagine some big goggles or something. That would be really cool. I like it. I like it. A Pokemon goblin. Wow. We got a surfer goblin. Pirate. Adventurer warrior. All right. Loving it. We're going to need some weapons, too, for some of these. We're going to take over the world here. The link isn't working. Okay. Let me... the website is a little slow with how links work. I'll make sure to keep the pattern free, probably for the rest of today, just opened, because I think I could have set this up a little bit better before I started a live stream, and I feel bad about that. So I'll try to keep this pattern available for a little longer than just the live stream today, so that people that are watching can get access to it later. I'm just gonna add a little mouth here. But yeah, as you can see, I am absolutely positively obsessed with little miniature goblins. I am so obsessed with making them. We got another suggestion for a princess goblin. Love that. Batman goblin, cat goblin. Hey, what would you call a group of goblins? I was talking to someone on Reddit yesterday about that, because I was trying to be like, what do I call this? Is it a gaggle of goblins? Is it a, like, what is a group of goblins called? They thought, they had some good suggestions. They said maybe like a scavenge of goblins, or a herd. Nah, it's not really a herd thing. Just a pile of goblins. A hive of goblins. All right, so now we just need to add a little tiny face to this little guy right here. But before I do that, let's get the vote going for our first custom goblin later. A horde. Yes, Marisol, you might be onto something right there. I'm gonna go ahead and end the Q&A, since I can't really check that anyhow right now. And we're gonna do a crust. Oh my gosh, Zoe, that's a good one. Okay, first custom goblin vibe, go. Okay, so we got this. I'm gonna just go off the top. I like that one. I like I like this one. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna figure that out. That's my favorite part about these live streams, is there's so many different characters that, like, I have no idea how I'm gonna make a car salesman, but we're gonna figure that out live. I like that. And then we'll do one more suggestion. And we might reuse some of these suggestions later, but go ahead and vote now in the YouTube chat. The vote is going between caveman, car salesman, warrior, or mad scientist. That is going to be our first custom goblin after the one we're currently making. So go ahead and give me your vote on which one of those you like best. And let's go and add us our eyeballs here. There we go. I like that. Perfect spots for the eyes. Fisherman. Oh, good suggestion. Whoever said fisherman. I like that. Patricia? Yeah, I like that. It's going to be interesting. I have made a lot of these goblins, but I have not made too many in like outfits like I do with the gnomes. Although I do have to say I've been getting better and better at customizing these little mini gurumis. So I think I'll be able to do it. The only thing that is pretty much necessary for these little goblins to give them the full goblin look, I've found, is this part. A little tiny tooth is so much more important than you think, just to make it look like a goblin. Because before it just kind of looks like maybe a frog or something. But then once you add a little tooth, we're good. Ooh, Nicole has a good suggestion to add to the list. Wizard. Love a wizard. We love a wizard. That'd be fun. I think I can actually use the start of our gnomes to add little hats to this. I think that would be a lot of fun. Looks like Shrek without the tooth. I would agree with that. I think it does give some Shrek vibes. Oh, that's right. I get to vote also. So do I want it to be caveman, car salesman, warrior, or mad scientist? I think I'm going to go with... Ooh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to go with that one. Oh, wow. Wow, the vote is very clear of what you guys want to see. All right, so I need to start thinking this through. How am I going to make that? Since I know what's probably gonna win. Huh, that's gonna be interesting. We've got an interesting suggestions here. I mean, I know one thing. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the vote will change drastically in the next few minutes, but I doubt it. Car salesman would have a big gut and a comb over. I totally agree, Jazzy and Kristen. I think that's a really good way to give it car salesman vibes. Is that a necessity for a car salesman? No, but I'm sure it helps with selling cars, right? It's got to. It's got to help. Perfect Crochet asks on Instagram, how are you so talented? You are so sweet. I will say this is a learned talent. I have been crocheting now for 19 years. Designing for pretty much the whole time. So I've just been crocheting a long time. So there's the answer. Practice, 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 every day, all day, crochet, baby. And that's how you can do this. You just need to crochet a lot. Scooby Doopies. Oh my gosh. I listen to this rapper every now and then named Scoochie Boochie. I think his name is Scoochie Boochie. Anyhow, I like the name. Scooby Doopies. All right, let's go and stuff this first goblin up a little bit. And we'll give it some magnets too, because I pretty much always like to give them magnets now. Sometimes I don't give them magnets, especially obviously when I'm running low on magnets. But in this case, I think we can. And Jules said, just make something that I want, or make something that you think that I would like that also incorporates the color purple. And I think here's a little factoid about Jules. This is my wife I'm talking about. My wife was once upon a time really into raving. She wasn't going to raves and doing like bad things. She just really liked to dance and listen to EDM and stuff like that. But she also DJ'd for a short amount of time. I think it was like high school, maybe early college, probably just high school though. And her DJ name was DJ Pigtails. So I'm going to go with a purple pigtail goblin here for her, because I think that would be a lot of fun. We're still going to make it with a little loincloth because it's easier to do the loincloths, and also I just like it. I like to make the loincloths. I think it's funny. I will say also, Perfect Crochet asks, how am I able to talk while I crochet? This is also practice. I just do these live streams so often now that now I can just talk and crochet. It's just doing it all the time. And especially when it's a pattern like this that I've made literally, I think, thousands of these goblins. Jules thinks I have not made thousands. I did the math though. I think I have made thousands. I would say I've made on average at least 5 to 10 goblins a week for 6 or 7 years. I don't know. Some weeks I make a lot of them too, especially once I started making these mini ones. I got really obsessed with them. All right, let's see if I can't do some pigtails that look a little, that incorporate some purple. I have this really cute purple yarn from Jupiter Moon Farms Beatrix. I think this is really cute yarn. So let's see if I can't use some of this. We used it last week, I think. Did we? I don't know, actually. I think we almost used it. No, we did. We used this for something like a week or so ago. We don't need that much, so I'm not even going to take the wrapping off. Just gonna, oh, there's a moth in it. No, it's gone now. All right. Boop. I got a moth eating my yarn. That is not good. All right, let's see. Is this going to be enough for a couple of pigtails? I think it will. I think it will. We'll make it, you know, we might need a little extra than this, but that's okay. We're gonna, you know, we'll just go one strand at a time though. Gonna thread this yarn in there. Maybe, kind of hard yarn to thread though. There we go. And I'm just gonna come out from the middle here. No. Yeah, okay. See if I just do it like this maybe. And then, let's see, that might be long enough. Because we want little pigtails. Do we want them like in the front like this? Maybe. Like that, and then like that. And then maybe I just do this a few times. Oh, you know what? Let's do it as a, let's do it a little easier here. Actually, you know what? I have a tiny crochet hook that's perfect for this. One second. This is some classic ADD stuff. Is that like I knew exactly where on the floor I left that. It was like on the floor under a couch. And I was like, yep, I remember. I left it right there. My brain works sometimes. But then sometimes it doesn't. All right. But I think this will be an easier way to just, boop, add some hair right to the top like that. We'll go ahead. I'm going to cut it pretty long still. And then I'm just going to do that 2 more times. So we have a lot of extra hair. And then we'll tie the hair down into pigtails. After I find a good spot for this. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We got 1, 2. Those 2 can go down like this. That's going to be very cute. And then we'll do 1 more. And we'll split this last one in half so that we have 3 strands on every side. And then I guess we could technically braid it. It might be kind of hard, but I don't know how good the braids will look. And I'm not that good at braiding, but you know what? It's something I want to get better at. So maybe I'll just practice here. You know? I kind of love that though. Oh, I don't even know if I want to braid it. Maybe I do just like tie it off. No, let's try. Let's give braiding a shot. Why not? A hula hula goblin. Oh my gosh, I love that. Big Lilo and Stitch inspired here. Okay, wait. How do I braid? Hold on. I gotta remember this from my high school days. I think I go like that. And then, how do people do this really fast? Probably the same way I crochet really fast. Practice, practice. That. And then this one goes over like that. And then like, boop, boop. Oh, it's so hard. I should just crochet these together. I feel like it'll look equally as good as a braid. And we're almost there. Can I do any more? 1. And then 2. And then 3. And then 4. Like that, right? Yeah, we don't need it really long. We can make it really short. I think that's great. Let's use some yellow yarn that I'll make little ties off of. Okay, we can't let this come undone, so we're just going to put it right here, and it's not going to come undone. Great, good job. We're going to create a slip knot. Just cut the bottom of that off. And then I'm just going to put the slip knot in the yarn. Like this maybe. There. And then we'll tie it in. Move it down a little bit. Sorry, chat. I am not good at paying attention to chat when I'm doing details like this. I will say that. There we go. Oh! Oh, whatever, that kind of works. And then I'm just going to knot this together one time so it doesn't come undone. And then we'll cut this knot close. And we'll cut the yarn pretty close too, like this, and see how this looks. Oh, it's gonna look like a mess, and I love it. Yeah, yeah. That looks terrible, but like in the best goblin-y way. I kinda love that actually. That looks so stupid. I love it. All right, let's do the same thing over here, and then let's get started on our first actual custom goblin. Okay, braiding. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep it going. Braid. Braid. Wow, braiding is... I'm gonna get so good at this one day if I have like a daughter or something. I'm gonna be like, gotta braid your hair. I'm gonna learn how to do French knots. Because some people are like, and then they're done. And they have a beautifully braided hair. Not I. Alright, is this enough? Let's do one more. That's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, I like it. Oh, it looks like a mess. But I really in the best way. I kind of feel like goblins are supposed to look like a mess. I mean, what's the point? You're a goblin, right? Okay. There. Don't let it come undone. Nice. Move that down a little bit. I will tie this in. Move this up. There we go. All right, now let's just double knot these. And we'll cut everything close, and we'll be done with our first little goblin today. I have to say, I have never made a goblin with little pigtails that are braided. This is a definite first for me. I hope Jules likes it. There we go. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I love her. Right? That looks psychotic, and I love it. All right, we're gonna add this one to the background. There we go. Okay, which goblin are we making, team? What did you guys choose? Mad Scientist, that's what I thought. Okay, we got Mad Scientist. We're gonna start normal. We're gonna move on to, we need a gray. We need a white for our lab coat. Where's my gray yarn? Because we're gonna need gray for the, we might need black too. We're gonna need gray for like the undershirt. Is this gray? Yes, we have just enough gray. And then we might want, you know, we could use brown for the pants. And then we'll do something crazy for the hair. We also want 6mm for sure, but I think if I can find an 8mm eye, I think these ones are like 10mm. Because 8mm eyes, I think, would go better. So that like he has one big eye and one little eye. Which definitely gives madness vibes. No. Oh, here we go. Is this just a little 8mm? I think that was a loose 8mm eye that just happened to be there. So we'll use that. Okay. Mad Scientist Goblin coming your way. We got suggestions, Jimbo. We're making it. I heard... Wait, 1 second. Oh, okay. He's good, he's good. I thought he was in a really weird spot, but he's not. Okay. I think I know exactly how we're going to do a Mad Scientist here. Hey, again, if you can, please like on YouTube, and we're trying to get over 100 likes to do a giveaway for our next live stream, which will be next week. A googly eye? I don't think I have googly eyes. All right, so we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer to the camera here. 6, 7, one more. Let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tie that close. The start of this goblin, I think all the way up to where we make the arms is all gonna be regular, just as we make a regular goblin. And then once we get to the arms, we're gonna start making like the lab coat and stuff. But until then, I think we can just kind of make it as we make our normal goblins. 3. That over. Tighter. This one like this. So I was sick. I was a sick little boy this start of this week. I got a cold when I was on my trip in San Francisco. Man, it's such a bummer when you get a cold on a trip, because already you're on a trip, right? So you're not getting a lot of things done while you're on your vacation. And then you get home and you're like, well, and now I'm sick, so I can't work. So it's been a lot of catch up yesterday and today of just like, okay, you gotta get all that work done that you didn't finish. What is a mech road? What does that mean, Marisol? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean. We can definitely try to do goggles on his head instead of eyes because he's mad. Okay, we can try to do that. The thing is, I don't want to make too many pieces that I have to sew together. And also, I kind of think that the hair is really going to sell the mad scientist vibe. So once we get to that hair, I think it's really going to help a lot. Okay, so this is the round where we're adding our mouth right here. So this is going to be mouth, mouth, mouth. So the next round is going to be where we're adding our face. I mean, our like actual color changes in the arms and stuff. So I think now is when we want to change colors. We're going to do white for the back. For the lab coat part, we're going to do gray for the front. You know what? Let's grab black, because we can do black for the arms, so they have like gloves on. Do I have some like regular black in here? Man, for some reason this is the one color that I always lose, and I bet you it's like right here somewhere. I don't know why. For some reason, I always lose the black yarn. Oh, here's the one I was looking for. I was looking for this goblin that I made with blanket yarn. Look at that one. It could be so cool made with blanket yarn. This is like a baseball. Anyhow, getting distracted. Classic Lou. Alright, we're just going to open this new little thing of black yarn because... Oh no, I found it. There, now we don't have to open a new one. Cool. Alright, so we're going to change now to our white yarn for the back of the lab coat. Like these. We don't need to get too crazy with it. We're going to go boom. And actually, I think we can cut the green yarn. I don't think we're going to actually come back to it because the arms and stuff are going to be in black. So yeah, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, this right here. And then we need our black yarn. How many stitches are between arms? 4, I think. So we can do white on the top of that. And then we'll do black yarn for this arm right here. 1 and 2 like that. We'll switch back over to our white yarn. And then I'll crochet in the next one with white, but then I'm going to grab my gray yarn. See, this is complicated. We're gonna grab our gray yarn here, place it in between, and then I'm gonna change colors to gray, like that. And that way we can have the shirt part of him in gray. We'll pull these colors to the side. Oh. Gotta get the Jimbo fuzz out of this yarn though. So you can see this is getting nice and complicated, which is perfect. All right, gray for 2 stitches. And then we'll get back to our white yarn. Like that. I think this gray might be too dark of a gray. Whatever, it'll work. He's gonna look like, what's his name? Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. And then we're gonna go 1 white stitch here around the black yarn to keep that into place. And then we're gonna use our black yarn to make our other arm. Get that out of the way. 1 and 2. And we'll switch back over to a white yarn, like that. There we go. Right? You see what I'm doing now? You get it. You totally see it. Okay, now we're going to pull that stitch out for a little bit. We're going to go into above that arm to grab our green yarn for our mouth. And we'll just pull it through like that. We just got to clean up that yarn from coming out. Get out of there. Yeah, there you go. We'll pull that all the way over. Wait, let me do this better. Pull this all the way over like that. And then we're going to pull it back through above this arm. Like that. There, now we have the mouth going over where the body is. And that way we don't also have to like do any embroidery to make like a collar, which I like that too. Okay. Now we're going to get back to our white yarn here. And we're going to have to crochet around this black and around the green yarn to keep it all locked into place. And we're also going to try to get all this extra threads away from our stitches. There we go. Okay, let's go into our next stitch here. And we'll work around both those. We only need to work around it for 1 stitch though. Yeah, that'll work. You know, we'll work around the green 1 more stitch, but we definitely don't need to work around the black anymore. But we can do the green 1 more stitch. All right, there we go. I think that was our, like, hard part out of the way. So now we'll just do the body colors here. The body should be pretty easy. We're just gonna change to gray when it comes to the shirt, but then other than that, should we do 3 stitches in gray? 1, 2. No, we'll just do 2. We'll keep it the same as we did for the last round. Just keep it relatively, like, similar. Didi, get out of my laboratory! Make Metroid. Oh yes, I should make Metroid patterns. I have made Samus and a Metroid before. Hi, Jimbo. Jimbo's here. He wants to say hi. You want to say hi, buddy? Okay. Hold on. Let me get a few more stitches here done, and then let me get this round done, Jimbo, and then we can say hi. 2. Switch back over to white. Hold on, buddy. You can be patient. Let me finish this round right here. 1 stitch there. That's looking pretty, I think that's looking pretty good. The next round is just our feet, so we're just gonna change to brown. I'm gonna actually undo that stitch in a second. But before I do that, Jimbo, come here. Oh, never mind, he's gone. Let's let it go. Let's let it go then. I'm fine with Jimbo not being here. Black. Okay, should the pants be black or brown? What do you think, chat? Black or brown for the pants? I'm thinking brown, just so it doesn't get lost with our arms. Let's get the eyes out of the way, though. Let me see. Let's see if this one... First up, we definitely need a 6mm. We'll use these two locking mechanisms. And I think this one's 8. Actually, this might be... No, that's 10. Hold on. We need an 8mm eye. Where do I keep my 8mm eyes, though? I thought I had like a packet of them somewhere. You know what? We'll do this. I think I might have some in... I think I might have... No, I used all the 8s out of there. Okay, where am I keeping my 8mm eyes? Come on, Louie. Where'd you put them? Oh, here. Are these 8s? No, those are giant. No, those aren't 8s. All right, Louie. Where'd you put them? Man, I gotta get more organized. I've got like a... It's psycho crazy over here. I think I might have some in here. Oh, you know what? I do have some in here. Here. Yeah, those are 8s. We'll just use this little packet. Since I can't find my... Oh, wait. Are there any in this one? No. Alright, let's use this. Let's try one of these in 8 before we go to 10. Like you just said, Alex. He would look extra crazy with 10, but I think he'd look a little too crazy. So let's try 8s first. We'll go 1 here. Wow. That already looks pretty wild. And then 1 right there. Actually, I think that might actually be a 10. That looks crazy, though. You know, let's switch the spots for the eyes. I think there's a little bit more room for the eye on this side. So maybe we could do the big one over there and the little one over here instead. What do we think? Does that look like an okay amount of crazy? Or is that too crazy? That looks pretty crazy to me. I like it. I think I like it. What do you guys think? Chat. I'm going to definitely lock in the 6mm one. And we'll see about the 8. Based on what the chat says here. But while I'm waiting on you there, I'll add our little tooth in. I'm going to add it on this side because it'll be a little easier than adding it on the other side. Anne loves it. Love that you love it. Scooby Doopies thinks it might be a little too big. Interesting. We got a conflict here. Amy, hello, Curious Papaya. We were just talking about you. We were just showing off your book. Like, literally, we started the stream off showing off your book. Hello. Amy is on the Instagram live stream right now. By the way, if you are on Instagram live, we are also on YouTube. We're actually popping off on YouTube right now. That's pretty cool. But hello, Amy. Amy's over on her Instagram live right now. All right, we're going to go with right there. Ow! Poke my finger. All right, I think more people are saying that they like the gigantic eye than they don't like it. So we're going to keep it. Yeah, I think we're going to keep it. All right, we're actually, once we are done with this face, I think it's time to already get voting on our next goblin. So we have some suggestions. I think I have enough suggestions in the chat to get another vote going. But if you want to add any other suggestions in the chat, go ahead and add them now. And I'll get the vote going in just a second. Go ahead and get this eye locked into place here. If I can. Oh my gosh, it's hard to get it in there though. It's no more crazy than the purple hair. Heard, Talia. How do I make the arms? The arms are made using what I call a bump stitch. It's basically a 2 double crochet bobble. Hello, Iciliad. Ja. Oopsies. Wait. There we go. Okay, next up we want to do... I think that eyes... I actually do think the eyes are perfect, being that big of a difference. Oh, Jimbo's here. Hi, buddy. You want to say hi? Here. Oh, say hi. Say hi. You want to say hi? Okay. Well, Jimbo's looking real cute. And he says hi. He just wanted to see what was up. Some nights I just hold him like this for like 30 minutes. It's hard, but it's fun. Okay. I think we got enough suggestions in the chat, Jimbo. Let's go ahead and get a vote going for our next goblin. Next goblin vibe. Go! Okay, so our other vibe suggestions, we got all right, sure. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Which one? Yeah. Yeah, one of those would be fun. All right, next Goblin Vibe vote is in the chat now. We're voting between a hula goblin, a sleepy goblin, a fisherman goblin, or a wizard goblin. Go ahead and vote now. I'm gonna vote that one. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get back to crocheting. I think we're gonna go with brown pants. That way we keep everything a little bit separated. Okay. Switching back over here. All right, and then I'm gonna work into the back loops for this round, so that way the legs look a little separated like this. And we don't need the white anymore. So that way it'll give like a little bit of a like the lab coat kind of look. And then I'm just gonna make the feet in brown too. I'm not gonna make shoes that are a different color. We'll just keep it simple. I feel like we've done so much already in colors work that I don't think we really need it. One, two. You can go both stitches for the 3. That. Right? You see what I'm making there? I think it looks pretty good. Do one more stitch here. Ah. Oh no. There we go. Man, that one did not want to work with me. Okay. 1. 2, and then we'll go. Yeah, I like that. All right. Pull is neck and neck. Wow. Wow. It's a split vote here. All right, we got 1 and a single here. And one more decrease and we will be done with the crocheting part of our mad scientist. And then we can just add all the customizations, which definitely is going to go into hair for sure. Alright, and we're just gonna go whoop. Okay. Don't worry, I know he looks a little funky right now, but we're gonna fix that up in just a second. Let's start by adding a little bit of stuffing. I think I'm just gonna go with some extra threads here for our stuffing today. Make our life a little bit easier. Give him a little bit more heft too, which will be nice. I think that's enough. That might be even too much. And then I think gray, right? Gray or white for the hair. Fuzzy gray. I think I have some fuzzy gray. Ooh, or we have this like fuzzy orange that might be kind of fun too. What do we think, chat? Fuzzy gray, fuzzy orange, or fuzzy wuzzy was a bear? Fuzzy white? How should we make the hair for our crazy little mad scientist here? Hey, Takoyaki is in the chat on Instagram. Hello, Takoyaki. Oh, he's looking pretty good already, actually. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll do the magnets in the base. I actually think we can, let's remove like one strand of this. So it's a little bit less stuffing. That's pretty good. All right. Wait, let me put that magnet back in. Zoe likes orange for the Dexter vibes. All right, yeah, that's a really good point. And we got another fuzzy orange, so I like the double. I like the consensus. Cool. All right, now let's sew them closed, and then we'll add some orange hair. One. Two. Oops. Three. 4. Pull it closed. And pull it nice and tight there. All right. Hair. And then I think our goblin. I mean, look at already though. The color changes were great. I really like it. Maybe we could do a little bit of fun with the yarn though. Let's see if, let me see what I can do here. If I just use a little bit of this white, maybe we can make the lab coat just look a little bit more lab coaty, you know? So I'll just come out through like right here. And we'll go, I think if I just come up through here and then go up like that, I think I can just give it just a little bit more of a lab coat vibe. We can always remove this though. So it'd be like that, and then like that. Oh yeah, I think that's a good, I think this is a good, very subtle but nice addition here. We'll have it come out through the same stitch, and let's see how this looks. Ready? I think that's helpful. What do you guys think? Does it help with the lab coat vibe, or does it kind of pull away from it, or does it not even matter? Maybe it doesn't even matter. If it doesn't even matter, we're keeping it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. We'll keep it. All right. Let's grab the orange yarn for our psycho hair. The hair, I'm gonna keep it real simple with the hair. I know exactly. We just want it up and wild, which I am very used to doing for these little goblins. There we go. Nice. Okay, hair. Here's our fuzzy orange. Ooh, actually we have 2 shades here. Chat, which one for our hair? This fuzzy orange or this fuzzy orange? I'm kind of pro this one. I just think it looks a little crazier, but I don't know. It could go either way. What do you guys think? Darker or lighter for the fuzzy orange? First one to get 3 comments will be chosen. I'm going to have a drink of water while you're making that choice. KM, they're both orange. I guess this one's kind of peach, so maybe they mean this one. Darker or lighter? Darker. Okay, so that's 1 for darker. Okay, 2 for darker. All right, 3 for darker. There we go. The vote has been made. That was easy. Yeah, a lot of people were saying darker. Okay, cool. All right, we don't need too much of it, actually. This is why this yarn lasts me forever, is because I only ever use like this much of it. I could go to yarn source and just cut a clipping and be happy with it. I don't do that, though. I buy the whole skein because I'm a good boy. But I could get away with it. All right, we're going to just add the hair in actually the same exact way as we did for our last one. Just like this. Boop. And then we just tie it tight. We got 1. We're going to need that like at least 1 more, maybe 2 more times. We don't need it to be too crazy though. We'll go ahead and cut this in half. Because it's actually a lot of orange. We're going to have like a carrot top situation here. Let's hope just in looks though. 1, 2, there we go. Okay. Yeah. I think we can do 1 more. You know, let's give him 1 more. Beautiful, beautiful locks of hair. Why not? Wow. They've got brave vibes here now. Okay, so next we're going to go and we're going to cut these all at different lengths so that it really gets kind of crazy looking. So I'm just going to hold it up with each strand individually. We're going to cut them from short to long, back down to short. Maybe this one will go a little shorter. And this one will go very short. Like that. Okay. Maybe we could go even shorter with this. Let's take our long one here, and let's do this long one a little shorter too. And you know what? This one's shorter too. All right, chat. What do we think? Mad scientist? I feel like that gives good mad scientist vibes. Right? What do you think, chat? Here's the back. And then wait, we go whoop. I'm loving the hair for sure. All right. Cool. Let's go the short one on the right. Signed off and explosive experiment. I love it. All right, let's go with this. We'll go with it. I love them. Mad scientist. Done. Next vibe. What do you got for me, chat? Oh my gosh, it's a tie. Oh no, it's not a tie. It's just a very close vote. Fisherman vibes. Okay. All right, so fisherman vibes. We definitely need a hat for a fisherman, right? And I think we can do kind of similar of what we did with this one for color changes, where he'll have like a little. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's more of like a. Okay, here's my idea. yeah, here's my idea. All right, let's use a base goblin. Actually, let's use our naked goblin here to just kind of map this out a little bit. Oh, goggles might have been nice. It's gonna be too much work to add goggles. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so what we're gonna do is the main part of the goblin, we're gonna keep it the same all the way past the arms. It'll look like a regular goblin. And then after we get to the arms, we'll do yellow for this round of the body. And then we'll do yellow on this bottom round, but then the feet we're gonna do black, so he's got little black booties on. And then we'll do yellow straps over the arms, so he's got kind of a overall situation going on. And then we'll do a hat. The hat, now I've got a bunch of different options for hats. We could just do a crocheted hat. We could try to use this beer bottle cap as a hat. You know, we could do something like that. I could fray it out the way I did this one. That's kind of cute. Maybe I could fray it out all the way on all the sides. Or maybe it can go upside down like this. No. I think it needs to be like that. But yeah, maybe we could fray out all of the sides on this to get it like upwards. That could be kind of cute. And then we'll do just like, obviously we need to make a fisherman pole for him. And then I actually love the way this tooth is too. So we're gonna do, I think we'll do a similar tooth situation for what we're making right now. And then we'll do a fishing pole out of, honestly, we'll just do a fishing pole out of a stick and we'll tie some string to it. I might have a good like real stick somewhere though. All right, well, let's just start with a, let's just start basic. Where's our green yarn? Okay. A bucket hat with lures in it. Yeah, we could do a bucket hat with lures in it. Well, hold on. Maybe we actually should make that first then, because we might be able to do a color change straight into the body with the bucket hat. Let's try to make the bucket hat first. And we'll see what it looks like just placed on one of these goblins. Yeah, we'll start with the bucket hat. Hey, again, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below. We're trying to get to 100 likes today to do a giveaway next live stream. Okay, so we're going to do a bucket hat here. So I'm going to keep the bucket hat simple, the start of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll increase it up to 10 here. 1. Let me do a quick Google for fisherman hat, just so I don't mess this up. Yeah, okay, a bucket hat. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. Okay. Could I maybe tell what color changes to do? I can try. For this fisherman, it's a little late for the other one, but I can try to just explain my color changes for this one when I get to the body. So it's kind of like that. Maybe I should have made it actually in the front loops only. You know what? I'm gonna do that. We're gonna undo this round. Let's try this again. Okay. We'll do a slip stitch here. Chain 1. 1. 2. Oopsies. Hold on. One more time. 1. wrap around the tail end so it doesn't get undone. All right, relatively simple bucket hat coming our way. 3 is fine. And 5. Okay. Yeah, like that. So that's going to be the top of the bucket hat. And then we'll do... I don't think we need to do another round of like height on the bucket hat. I think I can just do the brim now. And I think the brim... Honestly, I think all we need to do for the brim is to use like half... or half... Let's try like this. We'll do half double crochets. You know what? Actually, take that one out. We're going to go single in the first. And then we're going to do half double crochets on all the rest of them. Because that way it'll cover the face just a little bit, but it should still frill its way out a little bit because they're half double crochets. So I'm hoping that like the height of the half doubles will give it like more of a frill out. So there's a brim actually to it. That's my goal here. But maybe I need, actually, you know, maybe it's just gonna go straight down if I do that. I'll increase it too. So it's got a little bit more of a brim, hopefully. We can always go back though. All right, Beta, thank you for joining. A fly fisher. Like he's fishing for flies because he's a goblin. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's funny. What would a fly fish? What would you use to catch flies though, with like a fishing pole? I like that though. That's a funny. I like that. That twist. Yeah. Right. So there's the bucketiness of it all. And then we'll go under, and then we'll add a bunch of details to the actual hat itself later. I actually think we can just do single here, and then a slip there. And I think we can just cut it. Yeah. I don't know if we want to add the head directly into the hat or not. But regardless, we need to hide this end in. I'll put it on the top of another goblin just so we can see. And then if we don't like it, we can... if we don't want to just add it straight into the goblin, we can we can just sew it on afterwards or something. But I think we could maybe probably do this without any actual sewing together. So it'd be like this. Let's see our naked goblin here just for reference. I mean, it doesn't look bad straight on it like that. That will look okay. But I mean, if we can make it directly into the body, kind of like, why not, right? So it's like it's attached. As far as like the bucket hat itself goes, I think that's exactly what we're looking for a bucket hat. Yeah, let's go with oh, fish bones. I like that. Yeah, if we can. That sounds complicated though, but I'll try it. Okay, we're gonna go and just, yeah, let's just add the head right in. So 1, 2, 3. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is what we're currently working with. Which is actually too many. So I can't do it directly into the head. I need to add it on afterwards. Okay, so we need to add this on afterwards. Okay, so there's our hat. We're gonna add this on afterwards. we're gonna put this to the side for right now, and let's get going on the green. Let's get started on the hat, on the goblin itself. Yeah. No, let's do this green yarn. Let's do this a little longer. One. How long have we been going for, by the way? 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Oh, my yarn got tangled. Two, 3, and then we do the head right here. Hello, Lamira. How are you today? 4, and then we'll add our ears here. 2. Should we do long ears? You know what? Let's do long ears. We're gonna do extra long ears so that they poke out from the hat a little bit better. I think that's a good idea. Hopefully they don't get in the way of our fishing pole. So extra long ears on this goblin. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a really good idea. You can see what extra long ears look like on our fez one right there. I think it looks really cute with extra long ears. All right, nose. 1. Oops. Boom. And then another long ear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip. Yeah, okay. Long ears. So for long ears, I just add an extra chain, by the way. If you have the actual pattern up, I just add an extra chain for the long ears and then add an extra single crochet into the end of it. So that way the ears just end up like 1 stitch longer. It's pretty good. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good though so far. Does anybody have any recommendations for crocheting with hand issues? Yeah, I do actually. So it depends on what your hand issues are. I will say Zoe is literally going through that currently. They hurt their hands, so they have been on a crochet vacation for a second. But it depends on how your hand hurts. If it's your wrist that hurts, and you're like starting to get carpal tunnel or something, I suggest there's like wrist braces that you can wear that honestly help a lot. They basically compress your wrist a lot. And I used to use that in high school when I crochet a little too much of the same pattern. All right, so there's the face done. Okay, so here, I'll pull this stitch out real quick, just so you can see. There's our head, you know, long ears, and this is what the hat will look like on top, like that. And it should just barely cover the face, kind of, like that. I actually think I'm just gonna needle it in after I add lures and stuff to this. We'll make some fun lures using some brass wire at the end. And I think we'll probably have enough time for 1 more or maybe 2 more goblins. They're so fast to make. Especially if you make an easy goblin. I'm gonna sneeze! I'm allergic to goblins. Gosh, what a terrible allergy that would be. Alright, so this next round is just normal again for the person that asked for color change instructions. I'm doing this round also all in green. So it's basically the same goblin pattern for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. I'm not going to do any color changes yet. But round 5 is going to be all yellow, and round 6 will be yellow with black shoes. That's my plan. So that way it'll look like he's wearing like kind of yellow overalls here. So this next round's actually supposed to be all yellow. I'm going to undo this arm just so I can get some yellow in here. Like this. And actually, I don't have very much yellow, but I think it'll be enough. So we're just going to place the yellow in the arm and change over to colors. Like these. Alright. We'll crochet around the green. Just to get it locked into place. I actually think we're good on green now. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta undo that. Okay, we can keep this yellow out, but we're gonna need to add... Here, I will cut this green shorter. We need to add the mouth now. So I pull up the ear. We'll go in. Grab the yarn and pull it through. And then I just fold it all the way over. Just easier to do this now. All right. Now we can get back to it. Nice. There we go. Okay. I don't think we really need to work around these either. We'll do one more stitch. Why not? Like that. Okay. Use that for stuffing later. Okie dokie. How is crochet? What is crochet? Why is crochet? When is crochet? Okay, I can answer all this. How is crochet? How is crochet? It's good. It's good. What is crochet? Well, it's a way to make items out of yarn using a hook to create loops and knots with yarn. Why is crochet? Because it's awesome. When is crochet? Right now. All the time, baby. A, B, C. Always be crocheting. Alright. So it looks like he's getting a little bit of a skirt here. But don't worry. We're going to put a little... So basically I'm going to use some yellow to make like overalls that go over each of these arms. And we're going to do black shoes on the feet there. Hopefully this yellow isn't too yellow. It's very yellow. So maybe it's a little much, but we'll go ahead and add the eyes and mouth and face and stuff real quick. So let's go ahead and stretch that out. Getting philosophical, you betcha, Scooby. Scooby Dooby Doops. 1, 2, 3, yeah, perfect. We don't need to make crazy eyes for this fisherman. I think they are probably pretty mentally stable because they just sit outside and fish all the time. So I think fishing is their therapy. So I don't think they're really losing their noggin right now. Keep them pretty easy. But I do think adding some fun teeth would be fun. What are we making? Hey, Kemma on Instagram. What are we making right now? We are making a little tiny goblin that is going to be a fisherman goblin based on the chat's suggestion. The chat said, make a fisherman goblin. I say, you bet your bippy I can make a fisherman goblin any day of the week, baby. So we are making a fisherman goblin. We're thinking we're going to make him a fly fisher, meaning that he fishes flies. Not he uses flies to fish, but he fishes for flies. I think that makes a lot of sense. There's our eyes. Here, I'll do a little. Cute. Okay, now a tooth. Easy squeezy tooth. Honestly, we'll just use this little bit of white yarn. We don't need too much of it. And I'm going to do a tooth right in the front because I really liked, which one was it? Naked Goblin. I really like the way this tooth is, so I'm going to try to replicate this one. So I think we just come up through like here, right under the nose. And then we go down through half of this yarn like that. Nice. I think that's pretty good, actually. Yeah. Kind of gives like fisherman vibes. I like it. What a cutie. Thank you so much, Emma. Alright, we'll just double knot this. Like these. Cut close. And there we go. Whoa! Kristen was in a tornado warning right now. That's crazy, dude. Okay, thanks, Kemma. Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. I'll see you over there. Tell everybody, say, hey, this is Kemma from the Instagram that Louie was just talking to. Kristen is dealing with a tornado warning. That is so crazy to me. All right, let's get back to crocheting. We're going to be doing pretty much the last round of our body here. And we're going to do black shoes or brown shoes. Yeah, we'll do black shoes for little booties. All right. Wow, hail and lightning over in Canada right now. Maryland, wait, you're in Maryland? So you're not even in Tornado Alley and you had a tornado warning? That's scary. That's scary. I hope you're all right. Okay. All right, there's our little black booties. And we're gonna do a couple stitches over. 1, 2. Oopsies. Split the yarn. Let's try that one again. Boom. And we're gonna have the boop, go over, boop, go over. It's gonna look a little bit like he's got a dress on. So the fishing part is gonna really have to sell the fisherman aspect of this all. 1 and 2. And switch over. Okay, and then I want to work around this black yarn for this next stitch. So before I cut it, there. Oh no, we don't need to change colors. Boom. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now we'll cut the black yarn there. We're actually almost done with the body, and then we can start adding all of our details. All right. Yeah. Get that out of the way. Hey, you can fish in a dress. That's true. I totally agree with you, Zoe. Alana. Hey, hey. How you doing? Hey, JM. Oh, this is Kemma. And you're making a dragon? That's awesome, dude. Well, hey, Kemma. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a great day. Would you rather be called Kemma or JM? Or what do you want to go by? Okay, we're gonna cut that, pull that through. All right. And then let's stuff our little character up, sew them closed, and then we'll start adding our details. We'll start with our yarn like we did for the last one. Just using our scraps here. Maybe this is a little too many scraps. Let's go ahead and we'll get rid of the purple scrap. That's pretty good. All right. Pretty good. Point those ears a little bit more. I like them. I like them. Let's go with some magnets to keep them so that we can keep them where we want them. Yeah, we'll just... I was going to try to change the polarity of the magnet, but I think we can just go with it. All right. I need to get one of those things that helps you with your posture, you know? Like there's these things you can buy and they like zap you when your posture's not good. I think I could use one of those. You'd rather be called Kemma. You got it, Kemma. Alright. I was going to use this for the arm, for the detail that I was going to add, but you know what? We can do it in a new strand of yellow yarn too. Let's go for it. So this is going to be to add some details. We're going to be adding arm straps for the little pants. I think I'm also going to add like a little pocket. Try to add a little pocket for them. I think that's a good idea. And then we can put something in the pocket too. So let's go. I'll come out through the back, like right. Yeah, let's go with right here. And we're gonna start. I'll start by doing the pockets. This is gonna go around like that. Yeah, we'll start by adding the middle pocket. So I'm just gonna go over 1, 2, like this. You know, and then we'll just do this a couple of times. And I think hopefully it'll add just like the idea of a tiny pocket there. That. And then I'll come out through behind the arm. That. Okay, so there's going to be the pocket. And then this is going to go around the arm. This. And then into the corner of this pocket. And then we'll come out through the other. Actually, you know what? We're going to come out through the back. Like this maybe? Let's see. Can I pull this tight? Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty good. And then we're going to go around the other side here. Oops, not with that end. This end. Go around this arm. And then we'll go into where this other end is. And out where our tail end is for locking. So like these. Pull that a little tighter. Right? Does that look like a little fisherman's apron thingy? I think it's pretty good. Especially once we add our hat and stuff. I think it's pretty good. Okay. We'll go ahead and double knot this. And get started on Should we add the detail to the hat before? No, let's sew on the hat and then we'll add the detail because I think it'll just make our lives a little bit easier. Let me see if I can't get this knot poked back in. Let's use this stick. Like that. Nice. I think that's pretty good. Okay. I actually really think that detail works really well. Right? Oh my gosh, Alana's already made 5 of these. I need to see them, Alana. That is so cool. I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll just attach the hat on like this, and then we'll add the details to the hat afterwards. Should we do like a strand there? You know what? Actually, that's a good idea. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this end and we'll thread this into the body first, just to have the hat stay into our position, which I think it's like that. I think like that's pretty good. So right into the head, and I'll just come out pretty much anywhere I want on the back. Like that. That's pretty good. And then I'm going to do another piece of brown coming up through and then around this and then back in. That way it'll give us, maybe I do it in a different color though. Like a, you know what, do I have like a slightly darker brown? Or this gray maybe? Because I could do like the brim, you know, like this. No, maybe that won't help. Let's just use brown. I'm overthinking it. Okay. So we'll go, yeah, we can use this tail end still. So we'll go into there, up through the back of the head, maybe, possibly, wiggle, 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 there. All right, just like that, perfect. Okay, then we're gonna take this end, we're gonna go all the way around the hat itself. We might need to go back into the hat to like sew this part on. But I'm thinking like if we can make this go around it, it'll give us something to put our hooks into. Yeah, we'll go around a couple pieces of this too. Just like this. Maybe I pull that a little tight. That's pretty good. Okay, in, and then let's come out through, let's come out through the other side, right around here. Nice. I'm liking that. See, so it makes it kind of like, it gives us something to work with later on. Into the body, come out through this other tail end spot. We're just gonna knot what we can together. There we go. I like that. That's a good bucket hat. Already given good fisherman vibes, I think. I think all it needs now is some fishing stuff on the hat, but we're almost there. I'm just gonna knot these together like that, and then I'm gonna knot these together once, two, that. And then we'll go ahead and knot these two together too. So everything's just knotted all together. Nothing comes undone. Cut it. And let's use that. Where'd it go? Did I like throw the stick away? No, here it is. Put that knot in there. Hey, Jenna. Jenna says hi on Instagram. How you doing, Jenna? Marcel. Of course I can give you a shout out, Marcel. Oh yes, we do need a vote for the next one. Thank you so much, Tammy. I got so distracted that I forgot. Let's go ahead and vote for the next one as we add the details to our hat. Although, honestly, this is looking great so far. Okay, so next goblin. Let's see, we didn't get too many more votes, but that's totally fine. How would I do that, though? I'm going to try... Let's try that. We'll go back to this one, because I think that one will be fun. And let's go back to this one, too, because that one also would be fun. Yeah, we'll do the ones that almost got voted, but they didn't. We'll make this our last goblin for the day. I think four goblins will be enough for today. So, for our last goblin, we're voting between warrior, car salesman, caveman, or wizard. Those are our votes on YouTube. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start adding some lures and stuff on this. I'm going to use our brass and this. And let's start. I'm going to start by actually just cutting off a little bit of this. And we'll go ahead and shape this just into a little hook with a little loop at the end. We'll start there. You know? So like that. Tiniest little hook. And then we'll make it, or sorry, that's the loop part of it. And then the hook part is going to be like this. Maybe. This is tough. This is not easy. All right, that's probably good. I think that's good. And then we'll just cut it like right there. Right? Like, there we go. It's a little longer than I was hoping, but that's okay. Oh! Oh no, I lost it. Oh no, I didn't. Woo! Okay. I need another pair of pliers is what I really need. There. Okay. And we'll get this hook in the hat somewhere. Put it right here. And like that. Okay. Yeah, that kind of works there. Now let's try a lure. I got an idea for a lure. I need my big... I have an egg of... Where is it? Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh. I'm making a mess. No. Yeah, my mess is getting out of hand. I really need to clean up. But these ones are a little big. That's my problem. I have ones that are smaller than this. And it's in an egg. It's in a pink egg that I keep somewhere. That I threw across the room probably like a ding dong. Because I was like, oh, I don't need this anymore. I'll never need it again. I know what I'll do. I'll throw it across the room. Oh well. I don't know where they are. Okay, we're using these. Let's go with a blue lure. I think that'll be nice. And I might be able to do some wire about it. What do you think? Yeah, we could. Why not? Why not? Let's give wire a shot. Okay. And then I'll make a little end of this so that it doesn't come off the. Oh my gosh, wait, that was the hook. That's the hook right there. That's a good hook. Okay, I actually really like that hook. Maybe I can keep it on with it though. Yeah, okay. All right, and then we'll. Yeah, I got an idea. Okay, we'll bring this part around. Maybe. This is gonna be hard to do. Yeah, no, that's actually kind of what I wanted to do, actually. Like that. I wanted to make a little loop. A little loop, like me. And then we'll cut it right there. And I'll try to like tighten this in a little bit more too. Can you even see what I'm doing though? Yeah, like that. Actually, that's pretty good. Okay, so it gives us something to like tie it to, and like that. Oh, and then I think I can just use a little bit of yarn in red. I think red would be good to look like, you know, like stuff. You know, like stuff. Where's my red yarn? Perfect. Okay. Just a little bit of this. I actually think I'm going to try splitting this red yarn. And I don't think we need a needle for this. I think I can thread it through that hole. I'm hoping I can thread this through the hole. It's gonna be hard to do. Here we go. I did it, I think. Yes, come on, baby. Just like that. Perfect. Nice. And then we'll just knot this like that. We'll double knot it. And then I'll cut these ends kind of like this. Oh, this isn't going to look the way I wanted it to, but that's all right. I mean, it's not that bad. I feel like it's as good as a goblin could do. And then we're going to take this hook part and just hook it back onto the top of our hat like that. I love it. Actually, that looks pretty good. I like it. Let's do one more little hook like this on the back over here. Looks like I have a little bit of yarn, or a little bit here, so let's see if I can't do it this one first. I'm going to start with the hook part. Okay, and then we're going to try doing the circle part. Oh, it's so much harder though with this when it's this small. Okay, there. And there. Oh, I have the perfect extra other thing that we can add to this too. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. It's not bad. Just like that. I mean, right? Not too bad. I got one more thing I can add to this, though. Yeah. I think this is an obvious one. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. Actually, maybe this should go on the end of the fishing loom line. You know, what do you think? Should this go on the end of the fishing line? His magnet. You know what? Now we'll put it in the hat. I think it'll be cute in the hat. Or we could put it in the nose. Actually, the nose might be fun. Let's try that. Like this. How do we feel about this, team? Is that too much for him? Yeah, it kind of... I think it's distracting. We're going to undo that. Let's do it in the hat instead. Oh, it could be an earring. Yeah, we could do it as an earring. Yeah, actually an earring might be good. All right, see you later. Thanks for joining. Earring or in the hat? Earring does kind of feel... It might be big for an earring, though. It might give it, like, it might make them, like, a little lopsided. Right? I can't decide. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with hat. We're going to go with hat. Maybe. Maybe. There. Oh, or in the front of the apron, like right here? That could work. I kind of like it right there, though. I mean, that definitely works in the hat. Yeah, I'm going to keep it in the hat. I think it looks good there. I think maybe we could add one of those hooks in the apron, but I don't even know if we really need a hook in the apron either. All right, let's give him a fishing line. His last bit before we move on to our next goblin. We've been spending a long time on this goblin, so I think it's about time we finish him up. Let's start with my big fat scissors. These are my big fat scissors. How long do we want the fishing line to be? Well, I think regardless, this will be the end. So I'm going to put a little notch in the line, like this. You basically just use your scissors and you just twist around them. And it creates this little tiny notch. As long as you don't do it too tight, it kind of shaves it down, see? And the reason you want that is because it'll hold on to the yarn that we're going to use for the line. We'll use thin fishing line for this. What should we put at the end of it? Another... We can either do another hook. Probably want bait on it, right? On whatever hook we use. But let's go ahead. We'll attach this first. Like that. And then we just pull this part. There we go. Alright, so there's our line. I'm just going to knot it on so it doesn't come undone. cut this end nice and short. And then we need something to put on the end of it. Obviously, a hook would be smart. But what do we put the end of the hook? A fish? A fly? That, right? Maybe we do a hook that's attached to it, like, to him. How do we make a fish look smelly, though? Oh, I need to vote on what the next one's going to be, by the way. Oh, wow, it's a close vote for the next goblin. The last goblin. Or a turd? A turd. I feel like no one's going to get it. Okay, fine. We'll do a tiny turd. We had 2 people say tiny turd. A tiny turd to lure a fly. How do we do this? Okay. We need... We need brown yarn that works well here. That isn't gonna conflict with our other brown yarn. You know what? I have some... No. I'm gonna use my thicker brown yarn for this. Let's try that. Okay. Okay, I got it. 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 I figured it out. Here's what we're gonna do. I got this like I don't even know what this is called, but this brown yarn, this kind of looks like turd already. So we're gonna go ahead and turd bait also doubles as a floater. Oh my god, you're so silly. That's great. All right, I'm just gonna make a chain and then double back on it. I just feel like this yarn looks kind of turdy anyhow. I'll just do a slip knot or slip stitch one. Doesn't need to be too detailed. I mean, it's a turd, right? Yeah. And then we can just put a fly on this. Okay. I'm going to try to do a hidden end here, even though I really don't need to. Dude, tell me that's not a perfect little turd. It looks so good. Actually, who would have thought? Who would have thought that Lou would have made the perfect poop? Okay, let's go. I'm gonna hide this back end in. Just one more stitch, just for safety. Don't want our turd coming undone. Nothing could be worse than a loose turd. All right. Oh boy, what have you done, chat? All right. No, this is great. Okay. That's a poo. Okay, next. We need this to look like a fly, maybe? Or should we do a hook on it? I could put a fly on it. I know how I can make a fly. Do I do that, though? Dare I? Yeah, why not? It'll solidify the fly fishing part, right? This is what we're going to do for a fly. Like this. Oopsies. Too tight. Too tight, too tight, too tight. And then this goes like, cut that like this, cut that like this, and then we have these two little wings. Try to separate them a little bit more. And then we put it on it like that. Right? I think that's great. Now we just need to attach it. That moment when the chat makes you spend way too much time on the detail for a turd fly. Oh! We're not gonna like knot this in. We're just literally just gonna attach it, and we're gonna hope and pray that it never comes undone. Thread. There you go. Good yarn. Okay. Cut that. Oh no, our turd's getting looser than we want it to be. Okay. There. Stop it. Okay. There's our turd with a little itty bitty fly on it. And then now we just need a hook. One more hook. Let's see what I can do here. Now that I've made 2 of these hooks, I feel like I can do it better. Okay. We go, let's start with the loop. It's a little easier to do the loop first, I find. Okay. And then we're gonna do the hook part. Hey, it's actually a little bit better than the last ones. Wait. Let's see if I can't soften that a little bit more. There we go. That's a beautiful hook. Okay, perfect. And then we'll just cut it. Nice. Very nice. Okay. And then we'll hook the turd. Maybe. I'm going to do this with the pliers because it's actually really hard to do. Look at me, I'm a real fisherman. Wow, Mom, look at me now. Go. Okay. Bend that in a little bit. Nice. Okay. And then we'll thread this. Oh, all right. Okay. How long do we want it? We don't need it that long. About that long, maybe? I think that's good. And then let's knot it. Let's let our last goblin, let's maybe not go so crazy on the detail on our last goblin. This was a lot of detail. We're gonna clean that turd up just a little bit too. Cut this yarn just a little bit to clean it up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, last part. Let's get this in this arm. Like this. However long we want it. I think about that long, honestly, is fine. Oh, maybe we want a little longer so that it's like still hanging. What, that long? Yeah, that's pretty good, right? So that way when he's sitting, it's still hanging. Actually, maybe even a little longer than that. All right, we're gonna cut it right there. Okay, here we go. All right. And there is our little fisherman. Oh, shoot. I just realized we're going to need names for all of these guys. So we'll go ahead and name all of these while we're making our last goblin. So we got a little turd. Here's our little fisherman. There's our little hat. Not too shabby. I would say I passed the test. What do you guys think? Scooby thinks this is the best one yet. I love that. Love it. Okay, cool. Well, we got our fisherman. We got our mad scientist. We got our fisherman. All right, what are we making for our last goblin? Wait, let's move our fisherman more in the screen. Perfect. Okay, last one. What are we making, you team? We've got a wizard. Oh, I'm so glad you voted on wizard. That's exactly the one I wanted to make. I love that. Okay, so we're making a wizard. I love that. We're definitely going with blue for the hat. And while I'm making the wizard, here's what I need from the chat, and I'm gonna need your help as well, Zoe. We need we need names. So let's start by naming. We'll let Jules name her goblin, but we need a name. Well, let's start with our mad scientist. So I need name suggestions in the chat for what you want to name our mad scientist. I'm looking for my 4 favorite names, and we're going to vote on what to name them. Okay? And then we'll move on to the fisherman after that. But let's start with the mad scientist. And while you're doing that, I am going to get started on our wizard. Now, Zoe, you know that's going top tier for the name suggestions there. Go ahead and, honestly, Zoe, just go ahead and put that in the name suggestions right off the bat. Because it's, yeah, that's going in the name suggestions. Chum Buckley, are you kidding me? Perfect name. Okay, but we gotta leave it up to the chat a little bit. Let's go ahead and get started on our wizard, though. I think we're gonna do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm basically gonna make this wizard in a very similar way that I make the start of our gnomes, to make a pointy hat. Because I think a pointy hat is just a duh. A duh-duh-y. And hey, again, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below. We're going for 100 likes to unlock a giveaway for our next live stream. I think that's good. And 8. Nice. That's a good start. I think that's a good start. Yeah, I like it. Like we're going with that. Cool. One, 2, 3, 4. All right. I like where we're going with this. Is this gonna be long enough for a hat? Goblin here to see. I think our hat could be a little longer. We'll do one more round. Hello, Willow. Thanks for joining. Wow, we got some good name suggestions here in the chat. Gobblegut? Oh my god, Gobblegut's pretty good. Okay. I think that's as long as we want our hat to be. Pretty good for our length. Now we want... I mean, it would be kind of nice to have it so it could like fold over a little bit like that too. Yeah. We're going to make the hat actually attached to this goblin too. So maybe we want it longer. Let's see. Because if it's like this... I mean, it's going to be frilled out a little bit. Is it long enough? I would say it's about long enough. Yeah, especially if we like twist, if we like kind of skew it like that. And then we do like a long, yeah, brim. Let's go with it. Two. Yeah, I think making the hat attached is the best move here. Three. All right. Cool. So there's our wizard's hat. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll add detail way later. But for now, I like this. I think we're going to keep our... I think we're going to keep it... Well, I guess we could do... Should we do robes? I don't know. Part of me kind of feels like we don't need robes. Did I just seriously throw my red needle like off to the side like a ding dong? Oh no, there it is. Okay. Bloop. Looks like Marge Simpson. Yeah, totally. Zoe made a Homer Simpson Gnomer Simpson, and it was terrifying. I kind of loved it though, but it looked so scary. Yes, robes. Two robes that are really long. Okay, sure, maybe, yeah. I can maybe make something like that work. I actually do have an idea on how I can make that happen. I do think we should... What if we make him like a naked one with like open ropes? Is that too much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Like, there's a wizard in an episode of Adventure Time that is kind of like that. All right. Oh wait, I need this long. My bad. I forgot I need the tail end really long for the mouth. Ooh, I have not listened to the latest The Adventure Zone yet. I kind of fell off that radar. I've been listening to a lot of Worlds Beyond Number. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be good. If you don't know what Worlds Beyond Number is, it is a podcast with Brennan Lee Mulligan as the Dungeon Master, Bria Iyengar as a character, Erika Ishii, and Lou Wilson. And oh my gosh, it's seriously the best Dungeons and Dragons podcast I've ever listened to, hands down. It's so good. I cannot recommend it more. It is like legit one of the best podcast in general, but definitely Dungeons and Dragons podcast. It is so good. If you can, listen to the child episodes before you get started on the main ones, because they really set up the story really well. And yeah, you don't need to, but it's really nice. You can't get those episodes though without being like a Patreon supporter, I think. But anyhow, give Worlds Beyond Number a listen if you can. Highly suggested. Okay, let's vote on our first goblin's name now. Now that we've got our hat made and we've got the body started here of our wizard, let's take a second and we'll go ahead and vote on our name of... We're voting on the name of our mad scientist goblin first. So mad scientist first. Here's our name suggestions. Let's go. Name our mad. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, wow, a lot of names. Okay. 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 4 names. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but I just actually like this name a lot. It is not what I was expecting the name to be, but there's just something so funny about that. Yes. You know what? I'm going to take the professor out because it's going to be professor regardless. Every name's going to... Just imagine each name with professor in front of it. Hold on, I need one more name. Okay. So imagine Professor what? Here's their name suggestions. We got... You can do Professor Gobblegut, Professor Cheeseburger. I don't know why. I just think Professor Cheeseburger is such a funny name. Professor Dexlin or Professor Gexter. Honestly, they all work for sure. Okay, but let's keep crocheting our wizard now. All right, how many likes did we get to, by the way? Hey, we beat our record, guys. We're doing a giveaway next live stream. Thank you so much for all the likes. We're definitely doing a giveaway. So next live stream, giveaway. Stay patient, but I will work on something for that giveaway next week. We'll do some kind of game, I think, would be fun. Oh, shoot. Wait, I think this is where I need to change colors. Because now we need to make robe. Arms are going to be green. Then a robe, and then open. Yeah, we're going to make it... We're going to make him a naked goblin with blue robes. That's the plan, Stans. All right. Blue yarn, please. I'm going to cut it, but we are going to come back to green in just a second. We'll just make it loose. When do I usually stream? You're currently seeing it, Scooby. The stream is usually on Fridays from 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till usually around 6. Looks like we're going to probably end up around 6 today as well. And then sometimes I do it on Sundays. I haven't been doing Sundays for a few weeks. And I won't be doing it this Sunday either because I'm going to WeHo, West Hollywood's Pride is this Sunday. And so I'm going to that. So I won't be able to stream. And then I'll be back next week, next Friday. We're going to be making... Actually, I don't know what we're going to be making next Friday. think we'll be making, oopsies, I'm supposed to switch to green here. I think we'll be making a new pattern, or we'll be working on Bonimals. I think we're going to be working on a brand new pattern, actually. If I can get my butt in gear and finish it up. We have a collaboration pattern that I've been slacking on because I'm a ding-dong. No, it's because I got sick. But I'm hoping to get a new pattern on the website by next Monday. Our final collaboration pattern for the season. And then we're going to be working on... So maybe we're going to be live streaming that. But to be completely honest, I am not fully sure yet. I just know we're going to be making something. One, two. And so if you want to make sure that you don't miss those Sunday or those live streams, you know the deal. Make sure to like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with new ones. All right. Go ahead and cut this. And I know the arms are going to look weird for a second because we're going to have to do like things that go over the arms, but it's just going to be like that for right now. Next, we're going to make our mouth. Like these. Nice. And don't worry about the hat. I know the hat looks really weird right now, but the brim is actually going to get pulled down later. So it's going to get fixed up. I need to undo this one and redo that stitch. On account of we need to lock in the lip yarn. All right, we need name suggestions in the chat for our next goblin, by the way. So if you've got name suggestions for our fisherman, throw them in the chat now. It is time to get a name for our fisherman goblin. And we'll get voting on that one in just a moment. Once I finish up our face, which we're going to add in... I'm going to do one more round and then we'll add our face. Actually, yeah, we'll do one more round and then we're going to add our face. And while I'm adding our face, we're going to change the vote over to the next goblin's name. All right. And our wizardly goblin here is going to be Nakey because that's just the way that is going to be. Leg, 3, leg. Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, you know what? This should have been an art. This should have been blue. Let's do this again. And I know someone said that they wanted the robes to be really long. I think we can make that happen. I've got an idea in mind for how to make that happen. Like that. Nice. Okay. All right, let's pull that out for just a second. And let's go ahead and add our face. Okay, let's start with our eyes. Right? Yeah, I think so. All right, need more names for the fishermen, guys. We're running low on time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's a good name, Alana. Silent Bobber. That's a good name. Okay, eye number 1. Nice. Eye number 2. I like it. Nice. This second eye is going to be difficult. All right, and before I do the tooth, let's go ahead and find out what you voted for our scientist's name, and then switch the vote over to our fisherman's name. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty good, I think, for the face. The nose is extra big on this for some reason, and I kind of love that. Okay, so our scientist. What did you name our mad scientist? Oh my gosh, it's a tie. It's a tie vote. It's a tie vote. It's a tie vote. We need one more vote. We have 29 votes on the scientist's name. We need 30. It is a 3-way tie right now between... Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh no. The 30th vote voted for the one that wasn't in the tie. We still need one more vote. One more vote for the win for the name of our mad scientist. It is currently a perfect tie between Gobblegook, Cheeseburger, and Gexter. Gobblegook, Cheeseburger, and Gexter. There it is. And our name is Gobblegook. This is Professor Gobblegook. I love Professor Gobblegook. That's a great name suggestion. Love it. All right, Professor Gobblegook is official. Next up, we need to vote on our name our fisherman goblin. All right, name suggestions for our fisherman. Let's see what we got here. I love that. Of course, that's going in there. We got like that. And okay, name suggestion for our fisherman goblin is, here's your options. We've got, let's grab our fisherman. He's a fly fisher. See, he's catching flies with a little turd. And his name is going to either be, it's going to be voted on right now from you. You can vote between Chum Buckley. We got Chum Buckley. We got Silent Bobber. Pretty great name. We got Fish Stick, because duh. And we've got Turdlin, which honestly, all great names for a little goblin fisherman. So go ahead and name our fisherman goblin. We're going to come back to see what that name is based on your votes in just a little bit. And while you're doing that, let's add our tooth for our wizard here. I think we're going to try to keep our wizard's tooth kind of classic. Do it in the corner of the mouth. This side? Or we can do a big one right here in the center. No, I think right here it looks perfect for a tooth, right? We'll do it right in the corner. Right where I like to do the teeth the most. Got a few more people joining the stream on Instagram. Hello. Hello if you're on Instagram. We're also on YouTube right now. Okay. And tooth. Beautiful. What a beaut. All right. We got our little tooth on there. I think we can unfurl the hat now. Hopefully it stays unfurled. I might need to re-unfurl it later. Yeah, that's great. That is a wizardly hat. I love it. I do think we'll need a beard also at the end. You know, just like a little gray beard would be kind of nice. Maybe a gray beard that's long enough so it covers up his nakedness. Might be fun. But now we want to make our final round. Let's see, foot there, naked, 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 foot. Yeah, okay, cool. And so the back stitches are going to be blue. Okay, I got it. Watch this. This is going to be great. It is going to be great. We're going to do a few stitches here in blue. And then we're going to switch over to green here, which is over my shoulder. Oh, and we need name suggestions. We need name suggestions for our wizard now. Someone said Mage Symptom. Very good. I'm going to guess that was Zoe. But I don't know. Oh my gosh, you know where his favorite fishing spot is? Schitt's Creek. Ugh. Zoe, that's beautiful joke. Beautiful joke. I love it. Yeah, so we need name suggestions for our wizard here. Millard. Ooh, Snoons on Instagram said Millard. M-I-L-L-A-R-D. Very good, very good. I like it. All right, now we're making our little gams. And those are going to be in white. Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh. You guys ever seen the video of the grape stomping lady that falls? It's an old video, YouTube, old internet video. But when she falls, she goes, oh. And me and my friends always quoted that in high school. Okay. That. And we're going to come back to blue in a little second. But we're going to do all green here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do another one in our foot here. 1. Oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need the blue for a second because I have a plan. That's right. We had a strategy. So we're going to cut this blue. I have a plan for it though. And then we're going to make our last bit of decreasing here in the back loops, which will leave the front loops open, which we can use for adding our robes. Like our longer robes, I should say. I got a plan. It's not often, but sometimes I've got a plan. All right, we're gonna cut this yarn. Uh-oh, my phone is gonna die. 1 second, team. Keep giving name suggestions for our wizard. We need name suggestions for the wizard. And then 1 second, though. I didn't want my phone to die. Okay. Let's stuff our little wizard a little bit. Actually, we're going to save this yellow I might use it for adding detail to our hat. Might be nice to add like little dots or stars. Could be fun. And we'll use some of our orange from our scientist. All right. You know what? We got to do this a little slower. We're going to take orange first, try to get it all the way up to the hat. Let's use this. Our stuffing stick for stuffing. Oh, I get to vote on the name too. Duh. Yeah, that's actually what I was kind of expecting there. Ooh, good name suggestion, Tina. I like that name a lot, actually. Oh, and we obviously need to make a staff, right, for our little wizard. He's going to need a beard, he's going to need a staff, and he's going to need a can-do attitude. And a few magnets. And I go through these magnets so fast now that I made these little mini gurumis with them. All right. Actually, let me put that back into him. Right, the little mini magnets. And then we'll just sew this closed. And then we're going to add our longer robes to the unused back stitches too. Nice. We can really have this go wherever we want. Cool. All right. And then now we'll add our robes on the back to make it a little bit longer. I'm going to go into this stitch. Grab our blue yarn again. And I'm going to leave a long end because I have an idea on how we can use this. Okay. Actually going to leave this here. Might seem counterproductive, but we're going to use it to make the piece that goes over the arms. I actually think maybe one round of adding this might actually be enough, which is kind of wild. Let's see how that looks so far. Yeah, actually, I think that'll be enough. Just long enough where it looks like robes. All right, slip here. Nice. And then we're going to cut this long yarn. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I think that's perfectly good for the length of our robe. You know, it's just long enough where it shows that it's a robe, but it's not so much that it's like a tail or something weird. And then we're just going to take these blue ends and we're going to use them to make the top of our robes too. And then I'll have this come out somewhere through the back. Like that. Nice. And then that way it'll have like a little bit over the arm also, which will be nice. All right, let me do this last robe part, and then we'll vote on the name of our wizard. Since that has to happen. All right. I'm actually going to go on the side of that stitch like that. Okay. Nice. Okay, we'll just double knot this. Okay. All right, let's see what you voted for our fisherman's name before we switch over the vote to our wizard. I still need to add some pieces to our wizard, so I figured give you some time. The robe is going to be really nice because it helps him sit up really well, too. Hi, Jiminy. How are you, buddy? Jimbo's here. All right, what did we name our little fisherman wizard, or fisherman goblin? Yep, that's what I thought. Chumbuckley. Of course, Chumbuckley. Beautiful little Chumbuckley. I know, Jimbo. You want to say hi to Chumbuckley? Okay, here. Yes, hold on. Jimbo wants to say hi. Come here. Come here. Oh, you are so heavy. My little boy. Say hi. Hi, Jimbo. You don't want to talk? Why is it whenever I hold you, you don't want to scream? You're happy? What? You're purring. Say hi to the chat. Thank you. Wow, very sweet. What a sweet little boy. Okay. I'm almost done, and then we can hang out all the time. Nicole says hi. Say hi, Nicole. Back to it. We're almost done, buddy. Okay, what are we going to name our final wizard? Wizard names. We got... Hold on. What was this one again? Name our wizard. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's a lot actually. All right. I like that name. Okay. H. Simpson. And then we got... Alright, I like that. That is a good variety of names. Alright. Yeah, I like that. Name suggestions, we got we got Millard, Grumbledore, Mage Symptom, or Denkin. That is the name. Those are the name suggestions for our wizard that we're going to be finishing up right now. We're going to start the finishing process with a beard. He needs a beard. And then a staff. I think he needs a staff. He needs a beard. So, beard, we're going fuzzy gray yarn. It's got to be. Got to be the fuzzy gray. Which I have somewhere. Where? I don't know. Somewhere. some perfectly discontinued gray yarn to start us off. They do not make this anymore because I think it's a product of Joanne Fabrics. And they don't exist no more. Because of dumb business reasons. All right, that's enough. Okay. Cut it. Cut it. Okay, that's a little bit easier to use. And we're gonna add this very same way that we added also as the pieces. We're gonna go with that. I know. Hold on, I'm thinking, Jimbo. That'll make the loop that way. Yes, okay, cool. That's how way we want it. I'm gonna go up from here, out from here, like that. Nice. Yes, perfect. And honestly, I think we can get away with just this twice, and it might be enough. We'll try it. And then how are we going to make a staff, Jimbo? What would a goblin use as a staff? Something that they'd find in the forest. Toothpick does work. Maybe a... I feel like if I had a toothpick with one of those like fuzzy little ends. There, like that. I think this is perfect. Okay, I actually don't think we need another round of this. I think this is going to be so furry, like the top of our mad scientist head, that I don't think we need more. Okay. Nice. See, I'm trying to cut it so that it like is at an angle. Nice. I think that's pretty good. Should we add a mustache? I don't think so, right? Because it would just cover the face so much if we added a mustache. I already think this beard is actually kind of a lot going on here. It's not bad. It's just a lot, so. Yeah. Oh, see you later, Cooper. Thanks for popping in for a second. I didn't even know you popped in. I'm sorry. I missed it. Cooper! Yeah, you did miss all the poop talk. All right, have a good drive. Okay. I don't think we need anything else for the beard there. I think, no mustache. He needs a wand. I think he needs a staff. I don't think he needs a wand. But we need it to be fun. A stick would be the best. Like an actual stick. I think that would be best. Or... I got an idea. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by grabbing a button with 2 holes. Preferably something colorful. Ooh, actually that one's pretty good. No, this one's not colorful, but that one's pretty good. Pink could work. Pink could work. That one's really tiny. I don't think this one's gonna work. Might work for the top of the head though. It'd be kind of cute. Let's just try that, what we got right there. And then I'm gonna grab a toothpick. I've got these beautifully colorful toothpicks here. I don't know if this is gonna work right, but I'm really hoping it does. My idea was gonna be to split this toothpick like that, like split it. I don't know if it's gonna work to split, but you know what? It's not gonna hurt to try. We'll just lose a toothpick, but that's fine. Okay, we gotta be really careful with this part so I don't cut my hand. But essentially, I need to split that. Like that. Like this. Nice. That's a pretty good split. And then I grab the thing. We'll go through both of these holes. Ooh, I think that split is just maybe a little too loose. It's gonna fall apart. Okay, we need to try this split again. Maybe we should do a longer. Yeah, maybe we should do like this one instead. Okay, we'll do this one instead. It'll be a little easier to split too. So I'll just cut it. How long do we want it? That long? Okay, and then we're going to split this. These are smaller scissors for this. Nice. Oh, what a split. That was beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to take the two ends here. Hopefully they'll fit into the holes. No, it's too thick. So that's not gonna work. I could either try splitting again and do a 4-hole button. Actually, yeah, we could try that. Let's try that. We'll grab a different button. We'll try doing it out of 4 holes. Yeah, so now we got it split into 4 pieces. And then we'll grab a 4-hole button. Oh, wait. That would be really cool too. That's a really cool button. No. Ooh, that's a cool button too. That's a super cool button. Could it go like that? Nah. No, I think we'll just use a 4-piece button. This is a classic looking button right there. I like it. Okay, let's see if we can get these into this. So we want to, you know what? Here's what I sometimes do with this. We're gonna go ahead and jimmy something in between 2 of these. Like that. Which will help split open that a little bit. And do I have another piece of something that I could do that with? This needle will work. There. Okay. See, so it splits open the top of it like that, and then we can take this button and hopefully all 4 holes of the button. Yes, look at that. Okay, nice. Let's get these out of the way. We're just gonna shove this button in those holes just a little bit, like that. Okay, cool. Looking cool already, right? In his hand. That'll already look awesome. But now we're gonna wrap yarn around it really loosely. I don't want it to be too crazy looking. So we're gonna use maybe like green. Maybe like a forest green. Or I mean, we could do it more of like a natural color too. What do we think? Forest green? Natural color? It'd be nice if I had something that could go on top of this also, but I don't think I really do. So we can just wrap it in some color. Let's go with, oh, Scooby, we are on the same wavelength. Yeah, let's just do this forest green. I've got this like perfect amount here too, which will be nice. I'm gonna split it though. Yeah, we'll cut it a little bit. And the reason I'm splitting it is because I think it's gonna be a little easier to work with. And I don't want to fully cover the wood. Okay. You know, I want to try to like avoid like actually covering all the wood because I want some of the wood to show off. We're going to use this insanely long needle probably. I might be able to make it go through the top of the holes too, which is actually going to be the goal. So let's go ahead and thread this on our needle first. And let's see if we can even do that. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to even be possible, but it might be. If I go through the top of the hole right here. Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, so this way the end of it will be at the top for double knotting too. And then we'll go through the center here, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna just start, we'll keep this top part up for knotting, and then we're just gonna start to go around it. And this will help keep everything like more secure too. Go around it like this, down to the bottom. We need to leave actually the bottom of it open because the hands are going to go in there. You know, he's going to be holding it about right there. So I'll not cover that part up. And instead we'll go back up like this. Kind of double weaving it. And then we'll go back through this center part right here. This is cool. This is definitely giving more wizardly vibes. Okay. We'll go around the base a couple times. And then we'll come up through, if I can, I'd like to come up through the opposite side. So like right there. It's gonna be a tight fit though. Come on. There it is. Okay. Keep that tight. And then we're gonna go around the top a few times. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go like this. We'll like do a weave. So we'll go around this side, and then we'll go through the center, like that, and then around this side, like this, and then we'll go back through the center, around, and then maybe we'll go one time around it too, on the bottom. I'm gonna have it come out. Actually, you know what? Let's rethread this end on a needle. I got one more thing to secure it better. Come on. So hard to thread it on this needle. There we go. Nice. Okay. Back around the outside one more time. And then we're going to go through the base of it. Actually, you know what? We'll go through this way. And we'll go up that way. Hopefully you get pulled nice and tight there. Cool. Ooh, I got an idea. One of these. Blue or white or pink? Blue. Let's do blue. Yeah, dude, that's gonna look awesome. We'll make that go through the center of it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna go back through the center of this. Shrink. And then in through. I'm actually gonna go into the button again. And out through the bottom. Let's see what happens when I do this. I think that's pretty cool already. And then if I can get the other one to go through the other side, kind of keep it centered more. So go through like this one, into the body, out through a different side like that. It's gonna be hard, but I think we can thread this bottom part on. And then, there we go. This is a sick staff. I love it. Okay. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, last thing. We'll just double knot these two ends and cut them close and then add it to the arm. 1. 2. And then I'm just going to cut this close and let the knot be there because whatever. I think it'll look kind of nice anyhow. Dude, that is a really cool looking staff. I really like that. That was such a fun way to make it too. All right, now we're just going to add this into the hand and we'll have our wizardly goblin. Are they right-handed or left-handed? Let's do it on this side so that the tooth isn't covered up. That makes sense. And I might actually be able to go, let's see, let's use this pointy end first. I might actually be able to go like into the arm, like this, so that it sits up more straight like that. Yeah, that's our goal, just like that. So we're gonna come out through the end. We're just gonna follow it in so that it, oops, so it'll make our life a little easier. Nice, it totally worked. Oh my God, I love when a plan comes together. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Dude, what even is that, dude? That is so cool. I totally agree with you. I think that it came out better than I ever imagined too. I really did not think this was going to look as cool as it does. But it does. It do be like that. Oh my gosh. I don't think we need anything else. I think any other detail will pull away from this awesome staff that we made too. All right, what did we name it? Oh, it was a landslide. Grumbledore. Wait, Grumbledore. This is Grumbledore the Goblin. Oh my God. That's so cool. Honestly, it's a hard choice which one is your favorite. I'm going to do a vote real quick though. I want to know which goblin from today is your favorite? I just want to know as we say our goodbye. We got Jules's goblin. We've got, oh, now is the hard part. I need to remember all the names. I just need to remember the first one. It was a three-way tie, so it's really hard to remember. Was it Cheeseburger? No, it wasn't Cheeseburger. What was the name of our first goblin, guys? Gobblegut. Gobblegut. Gobblegut? Professor Gobblegut. And then we got Chum Buckley. And then we got Grumbledore. Okay, which of the goblins from today was your favorite? We got Jules's goblin, which is yet to be named because she gets to name her goblin. So this one was Jules's goblin. We've got our scientist, Professor Gobblegut. This is Professor Gobblegut. We've got our fly fisher, Chum Buckley. This is Chum Buckley. Look at that beautiful. I love Chum Buckley, honestly. Really, really cool. And then our final goblin from today, our wizard, Grumbledore, with his freaking awesome staff. So cool looking. Love Grumbledore. Honestly, I don't know. I honest to God, I don't know which one is my favorite. I'm kind of torn between these two, but Mad Scientist is so cool too. I don't know, guys. I'm having a hard time choosing myself, so I'm very curious to see what the chat thinks. We'll just let it go a little longer. I'm gonna vote. I guess I'm gonna vote that one. Wow. Okay. All right, team. Well, thank you guys so much for joining today, whether you on Instagram or on YouTube. This was a very fun live stream. We made some really crazy looking goblins. If you liked today, please like down below. We got enough likes to unlock a giveaway for our next live stream. Next live stream is going to be next week, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, same place. We're going to be making something brand new. If you want to support this channel, please consider a membership or purchasing kits or merch in the store. Check out our new goblin pattern. I'll leave it up for free until midnight tonight, and then I'll turn it off. So if you want to crochet this pattern for free, you got until midnight. After that, I'm going to make it membership exclusive. Anything else that I wanted to say, chat? Thank you guys so much for joining. Really, I appreciate it a lot. I missed you. I missed these live streams. So even going just a week and a half off is sometimes a long time for me. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for making this so much fun. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be making more mini goblins very soon. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. And oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Oh my gosh. No, you're making me blush. All right, bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.